visiting with Randy Smith at Aero Products. Randy, welcome to Stunt Flyer Video Magazine.
Thank you.
Randy, it's been a pretty exciting last couple of years for you in the engine business and the kit business. I know that in 1994 you introduced what has become quickly the standard engine in Top Stunt right now, the Precision Aero series of motors. The 40 came out in 1994,
Right.
and then quickly followed in late 1995 by the Aero 51, and now King Kong.
Yep. The Aero 61. The rear exhaust is out, and it's doing great. And in probably 2 to 3 more months, we'll have the side exhaust muffler version PA 61 out.
For those who really don't want to go with the
Just
pipe,
more choices, right?
Yeah. Well, I had
and retrofits.
Yeah, that's true. I had the opportunity a couple of days back to fly my first 61. It was in Frank McMillan's Cadron, and we went out to Beale Air Force Base in down in Texas in 82-degree weather here in the middle of the winter, and it's just spectacular. The engine pulls everywhere. It has a lower exhaust note, so it really doesn't have the what people have come to expect with the high-pitched whine. Doesn't have that. Has all the good attributes of the pipe motors and all the good sound of the non-pipe motors. How'd you manage that?
It's just cubic inches. That engine, everybody's been very pleased with it because it will pull even a large, heavy plane through the entire pattern in a dead 4 cycle.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
It does what the 51 does on lighter planes. It really, you can just loaf and just be completely eat up with power.
Let's go back a few years. What prompted you to design a whole new series of engines? Because we seemingly had some pretty good motors back then. The OSVF series and the OPSs were pretty good motors, we thought, and they still are good motors, but compared to what you've come up with, they place a distant second and third.
Well, in my mind, they weren't good enough. I mean, I've always built motors, hand-built motors. We've built motors since the 70s, and you've seen several of like the counter-rotator series, the 65s in the cases, Tiger 46s bored out. You know, we've always done that, and I've always been on a search for more performance, and that will never end. That's the whole reason behind the Aeros. The Aero 40 was basically the best running and lightest 40 that we had next to the HP 40. And the natural progression was a 51, and then the 61, which is the maximum allowed by FAI, and we can squeeze a 65 out maybe for AMA.
For an AMA, I was just going to ask you that. Is there a 65 AMA variant coming down the pike?
I'm not sure yet.
Not sure yet?
Yeah, we won't.
Well, it's like every stunt flyer. As soon as we get everything we want more.
More, yeah.
You're also very noted for designing a series of airplanes that's had more than its share of success over the last few years. The SV series and your whole Stuntcraft series of airplanes. You want to talk a bit about that series?
I'm very proud of those. Those actually started in 1974, 1975. I built the first one in 75, and matter of fact, I had it at the team trials that we had here in
for
the 77.
Yeah.
And just flew it, not in the team trials, but flew it there. That year, I also had the first 700 square inch. That's when you were flying the big 700 square inch Genesis and things powered by 46s.
Right.
I had a 725 square inch Stuntcraft, and that was a little too big for me, so it went to 700, and which was kind of, the paint job is kind of on that one's pattern after Les McDonald still had 700, if you remember that.
Sure.
But it was just an SV, looked totally different. It was a different airplane, and then I graduated down into the 680, 660 series, which in my mind is the best size airplane for the stunt pattern and the hemisphere that we're flying in. And those airplanes with that airfoil will take anything from a 40 to a 65 muffler pipe. There's such a huge envelope they fly in, and such a range of engines that they'll take.
Very versatile size.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're flying right now with OPSs, 46 SF mufflers, Tiger 60s. Bill Rich used them through the late 80s and 90s with 60s. Now he's using them with 40s and 51s. those engines, I've been very lucky. I mean, those airplanes, I've been very lucky, have won national championships literally all over the world.
Yeah.
And
well, you see the SV series of airplanes everywhere you look at, a nationals and an advanced class and an expert class. Of course, Bill Rich has campaigned the SV series into the top 5 on many occasions and almost won it in, out in Washington in '95. It was a very close second place to Ted Fancher. The airplane seems to be the type of airplane that just about anyone can fly. Some of the airplanes we know become very thoroughbred-like and very tuned to one person.
Right.
And your airplane seems to fit a lot of different people and yet retain the capability of extreme high performance and able to perform at the highest levels. And that's rare for any design to exhibit that much docile characteristics for people coming up the ladder, as well as the thoroughbred performance needed for top stunt competition.
Well, it owes a lot to a lot of people. That design was influenced a lot by Bill Wurbidge, by your airplanes, by Les McDonald's stilettos. I built all those airplanes and worked with every one of them. Increased area, decreased area, tail moments. There's nothing on there that wasn't tried and changed. And the basically it just looked at the best everybody had and took that. This airplane is a computer design airplane, which is absolutely fabulous because you can instantly change things and knock off a set of plans on it.
Yeah, you were
of
showing
anything
me,
that you want to do.
You were showing me before your CAD setup. We'll try to get some of that on video. Sometimes the computer screen doesn't video very well, but we'll give it a shot. And it's really fascinating how you can go to a block and just change anything at will, and that's a real tool for developing an airplane for sure. Of course, when you combine this thoroughbred type airplane with the thoroughbred power you have now, it's just getting nothing but better. And I expect to see the SV series and the Tempest and the Novar and all of your designs at the top of the list for many years to come. And I know you have other things in the work too. You're also the importer of Bully propellers. You want to tell us a little bit about how that came about?
I met Les. I've talked to Les before, but I met Les at the Nats that we judged in Pasco, Washington in '89. And shortly after that, I got the line and became the U.S. importer distributor that Tom Dixon had. And I immediately started carving props, reshaping props, bending props. So I was doing that. Actually, before that, I was buying boxes of props from Tom and from Les and redoing those. As you know, I was
well, you do most of mine.
Everybody. But I was prodding Les and just being a worrywart and making him make new molds, and I was sending props back and forth. And we've greatly increased that size. We've got 1 blade through 4 blade propellers in 5 inches through 32 inches now. And as we speak, there's molds being finished up right now for the props that we're having to stretch and make, and those are the new props for the Precision Aero 61 side exhaust and rear exhaust pipe engine, and they work great on other engines also.
Yeah, we found
but
that
they're 13-inch.
Right, this engine can really swing.
Right, we've never needed had use for a 13-inch propeller for what we're running, but we do now. And the molds are being finished now, so Les works with me, you know, on that. And
just one more gain.
Right.
I know that I've been talking to Bill Wurbidge, who works very closely with you. I know he's producing the pipes that you and he have designed together, and he's producing them for you. He's extremely enthusiastic about this engine and extremely enthusiastic about how much prop it can swing. And I suspect, well, we now know that props are where the real gain is. If we can swing more prop, and we can make more performance gains, and this engine will certainly swing more prop. It'll also hurt your arm if you don't have your airplane trimmed properly, because Frank's was pulling mine out of its socket the other night. It's the most performance I felt out of a model airplane engine in my life, and you're to be congratulated for bringing that to us.
Anything that will get Paul Walker and Bill Wurbidge to run 13-inch props, it's got to be something different. Paul called me up and said that he was doing patterns, and he set the engine too rich and was just really kind of getting to know it. And he said he knew it was running too slow, but he was just nailing patterns, and he put a watch on it, just curious, and it was 6.2 lap times.
Oh my goodness! going to be hard to fit it into an FAI time limit at those speeds. We have some new problems coming up in the future.
But I'll get these things going and run them here, and Billy is one of the first person that I send test engines up to after they're all worked out, and he got one of the prototypes. I made 4 prototypes for myself and ran them, and I gave him one right before he went to the Worlds this year, and he got the engine in his airplane right after he came back. He couldn't wait to get back and get it in, and he was very pleased with it right from the get-go.
I bet he wish he had tested it before he left.
That was his comments exactly. Why didn't you tell me this? But he's running the 13-inch 2 blades, 3 blades, and 4 blades on his P47.
Oh my goodness!
The motor will turn anything that we've put on it.
13-inch 4 blade.
I have put an RC 12 3/4, 11 on the engine, and it turns right up with the Hano.
My goodness, that's a motor.
That's a motor.
Yeah.
And there's, you know, it's not an RC engine, but you know, there's more power there if I wanted it.
Well, that's all the really spectacular new stuff coming out, I know. But you also handle a number of other items, and you sell a full range of control line stunt product. Your catalog is sort of like our Bible. If it's not in there, we really don't need it for stunt. That's for sure. One of the items that you produce that I'm particularly impressed with is the Aero 1 lubricant. Is there anything you can tell us about that without giving away too many secrets?
Well, I've been into field and hobbyist organic chemistry for 30 years now, and I have good friends and flying partners who are, you know, have PhDs in that. But basically, Aero 1 is a blend of about 7 different ingredients, and put them all together, and we've ran the test in the lab on the things, and it does to engines what it says. They last longer, they run better, it lubricates them, and it protects them. If things get hot, the ingredients in there start working double time. They're activated by heat and extreme pressures, and I've ran it in my engines for years. Now, I've got a Como 51 sitting downstairs that has right at 500 flights on it. You can look at it, and it looks like a brand new engine.
Well, I know I've been running it in my engines now for the last couple of years. Before you even named it, we had, I think you called it whip-ass oil or something, super whip-ass oil. And it certainly has made an improvement in the runs. I mean, my runs are much more consistent. I'm using the JBK fuel, but I suppose it can go on any kind of fuel.
It can go in any fuel.
I'm using 2 capfuls, 2 fuel bottle capfuls in a gallon, and my engines start better, and they're more consistent. They set easier, and in hot weather, there's no hint of drag in the motor. It seems to perform equally well in hot weather and cool weather. So I'm completely sold on that product, and I really recommend that anyone out there, any type of engine, piped, unpiped, any stunt motor, one product you really do want to be running, and it gets my unqualified recommendation, is the Aero 1 oil. That's an excellent product. All of your products get my unqualified recommendation. I'm very impressed with what you've done, and I think the rest of the stunt community is too. You've serviced this community steadfastly now for the last few years, through thick and thin. I know through some things that we really don't want to talk about, as far as some of the moods of the people out there in Stuntland. But I think you're winning everybody over with these motors. Everybody can see the performance, especially in the wind, how dramatic the performance increase is, and that's really what you really have to trim a model airplane for, is the worst conditions, not the best conditions. And as Billy said, the 61 has pushed the wind back another 10 mile an hour, and that's pretty significant. When he's flying the 51s in about 20 mile an hour winds and looking almost like there's no wind at all, and now the 61 will push that back another 7 to 10 mile an hour. That's impressive.
All right.
Yeah. You also have a line of spinners. Matter of fact, your whole line is actually something that works together. I mean, the props, the spinners, the engines, the airplanes, your whole product line is very much systematized, and it shows that you've thought about every aspect of it and brought every aspect up in concert with the other aspects of your program.
You have to get the type performance that we're looking for.
And that also accounts for why your airplane and engine combinations work for everybody, not just for the experts. But I think Bob Gieske was telling me, I saw him on this trip too, and Bob was telling me that it's like starting your car now. You go out there and you just turn the key and fly. And That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Bob has been a big help and a good customer on the Aeros. He's very pleased with them, and I'm happy about that. That really adds something special to it.
Yeah, and Bob's not the kind of guy who will say something just to make you feel good. If he doesn't like it, he'll tell you. If he does like it, he'll tell you. And this is one of the products he really seems to like. Recently, you've been producing laser cut versions of your Dreadnought kit and some of your other kits too,
Right.
the Tempest and Novar, I believe.
Not yet.
Not yet.
The first one that came out was the Dreadnought, and now we have the Tempest 2, and I have the SV11, which is the latest laser kit out. I'm working on the Intrepid XL. Will be out probably within a month or two, and then the Vector will be behind it. And there's a new airplane that's like very close to one Don D. Garrison has been flying for the past 2 years, 3 years. Is a 40 size.
Something for the smaller guys.
Weber 32, FP 40, Fox 35, that type of motor. Going to try to get that out, and I try to do the absolute best I can on everything that we do, and we also try to have beginners all the way through top line expert, type equipment. And I've been very fortunate on that. They've drawings. I just turn those into files, send them off, and the guys at SIG convert those over, and it goes right their computer. They knock out the prototype, send it here, I check it, and they run it all on hand selected wood. The parts here are cut out of wood that I get a lot of it from Riley Wooten. Buy wood from 4 different sources, but the wood selection in it, we hand select all the pieces of wood in it. It has light wood. Everybody that's had the laser kits have been very, very pleased with them. And Bill Rich, who started out, this is the first SV11 hanging on the wall. This plane was 74 ounces, and he had a 74-ounce SV11 in the Walker Cup. Now he's down to sub 57 ounce on the same airplane.
And with more horsepower.
And with more horsepower, and he's got this is his first laser kit, and he's very, very pleased with it.
Well, I remember in the first issue of Stuntflyer Video Magazine, we covered the Dreadnought laser cut kit in our new product release, and I had an opportunity while I was laying out all the parts to videotape that to take a look at the quality, and it certainly, again, it's right up there with everything you've done before. And
that was one of the first run kits too, and the second and third run is even better quality than that one.
Well, that's amazing. It must be difficult. You and Ward Van Duzer seem to do all the work around here. I know you fit all the engines yourself and do all the critical fitting and get them ready to go out the door and pack the kits and all. And it must be very difficult, one or two guys putting out this much material.
It is. I send out right at 5,000 orders a year, and I've got over 1,600 customers. Things that are in stock normally go out within a day or two. Ballast and blueprinted stunt motors, I lag way behind on orders because I have so many. I have over 120 orders sitting on my desk for those right now.
Wow.
And I've done over 3,500 engines for the stunt community alone. That doesn't include any of the stock engines. There's 400 of those just Precision Aero engines, and another 600 pipe engines.
From my way of thinking, I used to have engines reworked, and now I think I'm just going to use stock Aero engines, and it seems to be the answer.
Stock out of the box.
You can get them quicker, and they work better than anything I've ever had before. So
when I can get caught up on them, and that will happen very soon.
Well,
we're bringing them out too fast is the problem.
I know Bill and you and Bill have been working together on a brand new pipe, and I just saw it. Matter of fact, I just flew it, a copy of it, the Diamondback pipe. You want to talk a little bit about the features of that pipe and why it's different than the
Let me get
others?
one and show you.
Sure.
We are constantly working on pipe development. That never stops. This is the new Diamondback series, and it's made with a special composite that we have made for us. These are designed and printed out on a computer. This is turned on CNC equipment from that plot, so it's dead accurate. And Billy has found a source that the baffling inside is now made by a laser beam.
And laser cut baffles.
Laser cut baffles. The metal baffles are laser cut. They're locked in, And this is the 61 slimline pipe here, which goes on the Aero 61, but it has worked fabulous on the 51, and Walker's been running on the 40. Everybody that's tried this on the 51 has been blown away with it.
Let me see that over here for a minute. I think I'll just take one of these home with me. And it's light. It really is light, and you can't see it on video, but you can see right through it.
You may can show it later up.
Yeah,
with the backlit, but
sure.
It sort of has more of a the name's a little interesting to me. When we were developing the 61, I let Billy know naturally before anybody, and he handmade a pipe that he nicknamed the Cobra or the Snake, that had the bulge in it to get some extra area, and so we took that. That's where the Diamondback came from.
Of course, it has a little diamond, almost a diamond shape.
Right, and it has it has all the diamond shakes in it, and Gieske especially kind of tickled me with this. He was telling me about how good the Diamondbacks were doing in Texas, and they're really rattling. But it's a resonator series. There's a long resonator in here that adds another chambering to it, and this is a 3-chamber that's actually as quiet as our 4 chambers, and it's a good bit. There's almost 6 square inches of extra volume inside this pipe,
and yet it's still very thin.
It's only 1/10 of an inch thicker than the 51 pipe, and we will be making this in other series, but right now they're available only in the 61 series.
Well,
but
I'm
this
putting
pipe
a motor in right now for 2 of them for my new airplanes.
Can be run from anywhere from a 40 to a 61.
40, 61. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we take a few minutes here and take a tour around Aero products and let our viewers see exactly what it is you do and some of the stock you have and some of the engines you're working on. How's that sound?
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, we're going to take you on a quick trip of the shop now. These are just basically stunt tanks, metal tanks, and we keep 200 or 300 at least in stock at all times. And along with my spinners, which are upstairs, I've got a whole cabinet full of them. We also handle the true turns that are next to the tank and various other types of spinners. These are the Aero Light handmade fiberglass wheel pants. Got them for Nova, Novar, SV11, Intrepid, Vector, and Kestrel. They're typically 10 to 11 grams each. Very, very light wheel pants. Wheels, mufflers, okay, next to the mufflers, we've also got some SIG lines on the wall, hobby fastener handles, Brodak handles, AccuJust handles, Brodak line rails. We've also got several 10,000 foot spools of the L12 and the L14 stainless steel stress relief that we spool off. So quite a bit of that. It's handle grip tape, and just miscellaneous items. Iron-on carbon fiber, iron-on S-glass, carbon fiber toe, Dave Brown tape, small bell cranks, Goldberg things, and Sullivan crab traps, hinges, Dubro, Thunder Tiger plugs, which we're a little low on the Glow Devils and Thunder Tigers. And into this room, we start the bollies. These are the Bolly team race props starting on the wall there with the small 5-inch props and going into the stunt props, the 3-blade and 4-blade, 11 and 12-inch, 2 blades up to 13 inches. We also carry Zinger propellers, top flight propellers, stock most every BYNO propeller from 10 to 13 inches. Those are all in another room. We go here to the Bali RC props, and these are basic props from 12 inches all the way up to 32 inches. These are what the TLC guys are running right now, 30-15s and 30-12s. They also make these into fours. This is the kit stack. All-American Jack 9s, P51, Barnstormers, Twisters, Banshees, most all the Brodak kits, all the SIG kits, the Tony Warburns, Thunderbirds, P40s, all the Hobby Enterprise kits, some handmade kits. Go into the Aero engineering kits, which are original Vico kits. The guy that owns these bought Vico, and he has everything Vico had, the original dies and all. So we come into this side, we have the high temperature coupling material that we're using, and headers for most all motors. We've got side to rear conversion headers, straight headers, rear exhaust headers, and normally make 3 different rises, 1, 1 1/4, and 1 inch for most everything. Go into the stock Max headers, Jason headers, and into a lot of Super Tiger parts and OS Max parts. And I have literally boxes and boxes and boxes underneath this of more of those type parts. Below is the tuned pipes. These are all the new Diamondback 60 pipes. And this is a typical stock of pipes, and then we have 32 pipes, 40 pipes, 46 pipes, 4-chamber resonators, 3-chamber resonators. We also keep rolls of this in stock, the 2/10 ounce and the 5/10 ounce carbon fiber mat. This goes in all the kits, and of course we sell hundreds of feet of this. This is a very popular item also. We want to go into the next room. We'll just show you part of the new 60s. This is where these are kept. These are all 60s in the tops that have been fitted and are set and ready to go. Back plates been cleaned up, and heads, everything has been cleaned up and fitted and ready to go in engines, and this keeps them out of the dust. This is 60 rods, clips, crankshafts, gaskets, and miscellaneous 60 items. Okay, this is Venturis, bearings, drive washers, coupling nuts, and mufflers for the side exhaust engines. In this drawer is a lot of the 40 parts. These are 40 cases and items that have already been cleaned up, deburred, and are ready to have bearings pressed in them. And this is sort of a prep cabinet. This keeps the things clean to start. And in the last drawer here, there's over 50 60 cases that have yet to be deburred and cleaned up. Okay, a lot of people have asked about the CAD program that I designed the airplanes and all in. I'm just going to quickly show you a little bit about it. I'll bring up one of the laser kits, maybe the Tempest 2, and you can see what I do here. This is one of the planes, it's one of the laser kits, and it's been all drawn in CAD, and that makes it extremely easy to go in and change things. You can play what ifs very, very easy in CAD. I'll close this and show you one of the pipes, CAD designed pipes. This is the 63 chamber Diamondback series, and this makes it very easy for the machinist to read exact sizes when they cut our mandrels. That way we get exactly what we want. The baffling in here is in these particular units are being cut with a laser beam, and they're read off here, so they don't have any personalities more, and every single pipe is exactly the same.
That's pretty impressive, Randy. I've really enjoyed coming here and visiting the home of the engines and the pipes and all the paraphernalia we use for stunt. I know certainly all the stuff I use for stunt comes from this nerve center here, and we sure enjoyed visiting.
Well, it's a lot of fun. We're glad to have you, and this is a fun way to make a living. So come back anytime.
Thanks a lot.